Hi guys, welcome back to another art video. In today's video I'm going to do a bit of an art haul because I've just been shopping and I've got some new art bits, so I thought I would go through all of the art supplies that I'm currently using. I don't have a massive collection of art stuff, I'm still a beginner obviously, but I thought I would take you through in some kind of chronological order the art supplies that I've got. So first of all, the sketchbook that I'm using, this one is an A5 sketchbook from odear.com. I got this, I actually put the date, started the 2nd of October 2020. So my sister got me this sketchbook. It is really good actually, it's quite smooth, so where I've been using some Posca pens, they've worked really well on it. The only problem I find with this sketchbook is that it doesn't lay flat easily, so when I'm working on say this page is coming over, so I have to put something heavy on the top half. I'm not sure what the weight of it is, like the paper weight, it's pretty thick. The alcohol markers that I'm using do go through to the other side, but I think they're going to go through anything that I'm using. So that's my first sketchbook. Another sketchbook that I've got, this one. I got this when I was at college and I can't remember if that was 2020 or 2021, but yeah, we had to get a sketchbook and we were told we really needed a sketchbook for doing the course, and I literally filled in hardly any of it. I ended up doing loads of stuff on the computer. So at college I did graphic design. This was a professional development course in graphic design, so it was just a year. So yeah, I literally filled in that much of it. Yeah, so this is quite a nice sketchbook. This is a C. White's of Brighton. Yeah, C. White of Brighton sketchbook A4 black. Again, it's nice paper quality, but it doesn't lay completely flat, which is a little bit annoying. So I've started working in the back of it now, just because the front of it is all college work, so I kind of want to work backwards, but this I think is going to be another messy one. This one's quite a messy one just for practicing and experimenting. When I start a new sketchbook, I seem to want to keep everything nice and neat and tidy and clean, and I started this one with like a nice cover page in 2020. I must have decided I was going to start doing art, and then it wasn't until now, a couple of months ago, that I actually got back into it and started using the sketchbook properly. Let me know if you would like me to do a sketchbook tour. I am over halfway through that one, so I don't know whether to wait till the end, or yeah, let me know if you want to see that. Yeah, with this one so far, this is my first gouache painting. I'll show you my gouache paints in a minute. I literally got those paints maybe last summer, I can't even remember. Painted one painting, thought it was too difficult and left them to one side for a while. I think because the paintbrushes that I bought were really cheap, so all the bristles came off. I've got some Posca illustrations in there, and then I plan to add a lot more into that one. The gouache paints that I bought. So one day Mum and I were out in Horsham and we popped into the works and they had these for £3, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna give them a go. I thought it would be nice to do something of an evening that was not staring at a screen. So yeah, I picked those up for £3. I thought, bargain, why not? And I picked up a pack of paintbrushes. These are some of the ones from the set from the works, and they were £1 for quite a few of them actually, maybe 8 or something. They seem quite nice, like they look nice with the black, but all the bristles come out. So I got really frustrated with using those. The next thing I got was Posca pens. These are great. So these are water-based uni Posca pens. And I got my first set from Hobbycraft. So the set that I got from Hobbycraft was all the pastel colours. These. Is there one missing? Orange and purple. Oh no. Come on, Steph. That was the first set that I got from Hobbycraft. No, that was the first set I got from Hobbycraft. And at the same time, I bought a white one because I thought that would be useful. So these are all the PC5M size. They're slightly bigger nib size on them. You will have seen me trying those out in the testing Posca pens video that I did before. This one is a smaller nib size. This is the 3M. So much smaller, and once I got those I realised that actually I could have done with getting a full set of smaller ones rather than the big nibs, because I can't go as detailed obviously with that size. But I bought those. I've got the receipt actually. The white one was £3.30 and the set of pastels was £24. Not cheap, but I had such fun using them and it got me into the swing of doing art, so I'm pleased I got those. Then I ordered my next set of Posca pens, but in the meantime I popped into Sainsbury's and ended up going down the stationery aisle. Oh yeah, I already had some Posca pens, which I didn't realise I had 2 of them, but I bought these to use on an art project or a graphic design project for my college course. So I already had some Posca pens, but then I rediscovered them on Instagram watching some other people doing it, and I signed up to a course by Paulina Osho on Domestika. Yeah, she was teaching us how to use Posca pens, and I was like, I need to get me some Posca pens. But these are just really fine. So this is a 1MR and this is a 1M. And they're both black, so I use that for drawing on fabric in my college project. Yeah, so what was I saying? I was in Sainsbury's, so I picked up some new coloured pencils. I think I do have some somewhere, but I couldn't find them, so picked up some new coloured pencils, and you would have seen a pencil drawing time lapse. I think I put up a video of that, so that was fun having those. And then my next set of Posca pens arrived. So these are, oh, that was one of the pastels. These are my brighter coloured Posca pens, and I got these on Amazon. I can't remember the price, but they were cheaper than what I got in Hobbycraft. Yeah, in Hobbycraft they were 24. I think I got these for like £19, something like that. They weren't too expensive, but these are the 3M, so they're the same size as the white pen that I've got. And I love these. These are great. I've made some really nice postcard designs that I'm really pleased with, so I'll continue to use those. And actually mixing and matching the bright colours with the pastel colours really works. So the pastel-y pink with the red looks really good together, and then pairing up like the pastel greens and the pastel green and the whatever that's called, green, just green, what's this called, light green and green. Yeah, they look good together. So I've been mixing and matching those. In terms of what I've been using to draw on with those, I've been doing postcards. So I got a full set, I got 2 of these. So there's 100 postcards in there, A6 from EcoCraft, so they're 100% recycled. Thought I would go eco-friendly. They're great. I got some compostable A4 sleeves to put prints in when I was doing physical prints. EcoCraft are really good for packing materials and stuff like that, but also for postcards. Next on the list, what did I get next? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I saw people using alcohol markers, and I saw how satisfying is it when you see those like stacks of all the coloured markers all lined up. I saw those and I was like, I want some. And yeah, I started researching. So Copic markers are supposed to be the best artist quality markers, but I am not made of money and they are very, very expensive. So I watched a video by Jazza, who is an art YouTuber, massive art YouTuber, and he did like the ultimate alcohol marker testing video where he tested so many markers and boiled it down to 2 top markers, and the runners-up were Ohuhu, 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 however you want to say that. So I got some, and I think there's like 30 something in here. I got them on Amazon. I think these were a bit more expensive, maybe like £26, £29, £34, something like that, around that kind of mark. But I got the ones that are brush tip and chisel tip. So on one end there's a brush tip, and on the other end there's the chisel tip, and they are great. I'm having some fun playing around with those. I'll just show you quickly one of my designs. Yeah, so this one is a mixed media piece, so that's made up of the river. It's done with the Ohuhu markers, and then I've used gouache on some of the other bits. But yeah, so they work quite well. You can see there that they do come through from the page before. I believe you can get marker paper, so it doesn't do that, or it's not going to bleed through. But with the Ohuhu markers came a sheet to put between the layers of your sketchbook, so when you're drawing it then doesn't mark the page behind that. That's really good. It could have done with an A4 one, just in case I want to do some A4 pieces, but I guess I can just move it around. It comes with a little swatch card, so I just filled those in, and I use that quite a bit actually. I make sure I get that out when I'm using the markers and just kind of work out which one's which, because the end colour isn't the same as what it comes out. So I don't know if you'll be able to see, but GY5 comes out with kind of like a little brownish kind of tinge to it, whereas the pen is quite bright. But yeah, I've used the greens quite a lot doing landscape pieces, so I really like those. The purples are lovely. I haven't used the pinks much actually. I should get on some pink. I'm having fun with those. I don't know yet if these are gonna be my style. I feel like the Posca pens, I get really excited about using them. The Ohuhu pens, I get excited about using them and then I'm not overly thrilled with the result. But I've bought some more art supplies, which I'm going to show you in a minute, that I think will help sort of tie everything together, and so I can do some mixed media pieces and use a combination of these and some other things. Like using them with gouache worked quite well, but I think I ended up just covering them up with the gouache. I have tried to use the Posca on top of the alcohol markers and it ended up transferring onto the pen, which was a bit annoying. So that's those. When I got the paint brushes and the gouache paint, I bought a little paint palette as well, which was probably like 50p or £1 or something from the works as well. Oh, I bought some masking tape. This was like £1.99, something like that I bought from WH Smith. I bought it because it's like a good width. I think that'll might make a nice like border around if I'm doing like an A4, make a nice border around the edges. But I used it, and when I used it on the postcards, it peeled all the paper off. So I was recommended to get some frog tape. So that's what I've got today, which I'll show you in a second. But that was kind of annoying, so I'm not sure what I'm going to use this for now. I guess painting a house when I get one maybe. Paint brushes. So when I got the masking tape, I did also buy some new paint brushes. So these are a nice sleek grey. I kept the packaging just in case I wanted to do a video. These are Winsor & Newton Foundation acrylic brushes, and I have used a couple of them, or a few of them actually, that are now a bit stained, so I guess I'll have to research how you clean them. But these are so good. I was so pleased with these. I got these half price, so I think they were only £3 or something. They were something quite cheap for what they are, and yeah, I think they're professional brushes, so I am enjoying using those, and I want to do some more painting soon. Oh, for my gouache painting that I did in my last video, I did that on A4 white card. I think I got this from Tesco. It's 200 GSM, so it's quite thick and it's quite smooth as well. The paper didn't buckle or anything. I got that yonks ago and didn't really use it too much, so that's coming in handy. I also have pastel colour, another set like that, but just all pastel colours, so I've been using that for backdrops for my like Instagram pictures and stuff. Now I get to move on to what I brought today. So as I mentioned, I got frog tape. This was £5.50 from Hobbycraft, so yeah, this better do the trick. A little bit annoying, it's quite wide, it's 24mm wide, so I'm gonna have some fat ass borders on my A4. I'm gonna have to only use it on my A4 paper, otherwise it's gonna be a bit ridiculous on like my little postcards. It's just gonna be a tiny picture in the middle. I might try it just to try it out, but yeah, £5.50 for that anyway. Art supplies were expensive. I asked the lady in there as well, I was like, is there like a cheaper alternative that does the trick? And she was like, I'm sure you can just use masking tape. I was like, no you can't. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, got the ripped paper. I also got from Hobbycraft some oil pastels. I don't think I've ever worked with oil pastels before, but I've seen people do some like mixed media pieces with gouache and pencil and then putting some oil pastels on top, and I like the look of it, so I've got some, and this is me opening them for the very first time. Ooh. They look nice, don't they? Some nice colours in there. So yeah, I'm excited to give those a go. Cool. I feel like a proper artist with all my supplies. So those were £18, but it's half price in Hobbycraft at the moment on certain items, so I got those for £9. Bargain. And then, oh, I also bought my mum some stuffing for her. She's doing some crochet at the moment, so we're all getting arty. But before I went to Hobbycraft, I popped into the Range in Chichester. I got some bargains in the Range. Okay, only 3 things, but this sketchbook is a Winsor & Newton, which I assume like Winsor & Newton's quite posh. I feel like it's a posh brand. I don't know. This is an A6 50 sheet, 170 gram, and it lays flat and the pages rip out. I mean, that's all the things I want in a sketchbook. So yeah, this hardback sketchbook, £2.99. £2.99. Brilliant. I hope it does the trick. I'm excited to try it out. I went A6, which I guess is the same size as my postcards. I did want to get an A5 one really, but they didn't have one, so we'll see how we get on with this and try and fill it up and then go back to the range and make the most of it. I also got an A4 version, so yes, I'm excited to start filling this up. This one is exactly the same except for that page that I just opened it onto. Brilliant. It does lay flat, so I'm not going to have the issue of the pages like flopping over, and yeah, it's got the perforation down the middle on both sides, and it feels quite smooth. It's got a bit of a texture to it, but it's quite smooth, so I think my Posca pens will still work quite nicely on that. 50 sheets again, and that was £7.99, which isn't bad really. I think that's quite good for a nice sketchbook that's got the perforation and all that jazz. I'm running out of space to put things. This is, okay, so the next thing I got, and this is the last thing. What's this? Oh my gosh, it makes me look orange. That's nice. This is a Winsor & Newton pastel paper sheet. 50 by 65 centimeters. Winsor, yeah, Winsor & Newton, Winsor Universal. So I got this because I saw it and I thought, I like orange. And that'll make a nice backdrop for when I'm taking all my Instagram pictures. And because I've started to do a few A4 pieces. So the A4 cards that I was using as a backdrop before obviously weren't big enough to fit behind it and have a nice background, so that'll look quite nice. That actually looks really nice, those colours on there. So yeah, I'm pleased I got that. And orange is like my main brand colour, so yeah, I think it's my orange and pink are my main colours of my sort of colourful colour palette for my brand. But I have a matching water bottle and the little cup that I use to put water in to paint is also orange, so I thought it was very on brand. And that was only £1.50, and that's what, A2? A4, oh no, it's bigger than A2, I think. That's A3. It's bigger than A2, so that's perfect. The only thing is, it seems to like where you bend it, I've got marks, so I guess I'll have to just be really careful with it and cover those up. That's everything. I'm so excited to start using these new pastel colours. That's going to be fun. Oil pastels. My desk is a mess. The background is a mess. Yeah, that's everything that I'm using, and I've rambled on for 26 minutes. I don't think I've even looked at the camera enough, so yeah, apologies. But I hope you enjoyed seeing what art materials that I'm using at the moment. That is going to be it for me for a while in terms of buying art supplies. I think I need to actually start earning some more money before I start spending even more, but there's so many things I want to get. I would like to try watercolour, like watercolour versions of these. Maybe not a hoo-hoo. Everyone uses Tombow, but my goodness, they are expensive. I think for like a set of 5 it's like £20 or something ridiculous, so I'll look into that at some point. And I would like to try watercolour painting. Hobbycraft do a workshop for £35 where you get like an introductory set of watercolour paints and a watercolour sketch pad and a little palette and stuff, so I might do that at some point, but for now probably not spend anything on art supplies and just focus on using what I've got, experimenting, playing around with everything, and hopefully just improving my art skills. I think I want to do a video on my art goals and like just my creative goals in general, like business goals and stuff, so that should be coming up soon. Yeah, if you want me to do a bit more of an in-depth review on using some of these art supplies, I am a complete novice. I'm literally just watching what other people are doing on Instagram and going, I want to go at that, and then giving it a go. My art background is minimal. I did art A-level, but I'm pretty sure they didn't really teach us stuff like using art materials properly, and I don't know, I can't remember. It's so long ago now, I really can't remember what I even learned at school. But yeah, I'm still rambling, and this bit was supposed to be an outro, so this is going to be fun to edit. Thank you for watching. If you would like to see more videos from me, comment down below, let me know what you'd like to see. Thank you for following my art journey. As a beginner, yeah, make sure you subscribe if you want to see more. Bye!